Hey, it's Danielle by Life by the Sense. You know, in my 20s, I thought that success looked like doing styled photo shoots, having the perfect logo, having, a flawless content calendar that was full of all the trendy, today is the day of type stuff, fancy sounding offers. I I don't think that those things aren't important. I do believe that they're part of a successful business, 100%. But I fully believe that the slightly less sexy stuff is really the root of a successful business. Knowing what your margins are, understanding how your cash flow works. Do you understand what your customer lifetime value is? Do you have a concrete pricing structure? Do you update it often? Do you know what your individual profit is per product? In my mind, and yeah, sure, I'm biased. This is what I do for a living. But in saying that, I get to work with, hundreds of businesses, and, it feels so good when there's a shift or a click or a pivot from I need to look good to people. That's what's going to drive my business forward to I'm confident. I feel good making prices when or I'm setting prices, giving quotes, feeling like I'm not working 100 hours and making $7 an hour. Because if you've ever been there, you know how debilitating that is when you really figure it out and you sit down and you go, well, crap. Or you say yes to a project that on paper looks really great, and then you're sitting there, and again, you work the math out and you go, well, that sucks. And you can lie to yourself and say it opens doors and the next project's going to be better and the person's going to treat you better, and then wait for it, they don't pay. There's 1,000 reasons why focusing on the shiny and the how you look to other people, again, very important within parameters, but knowing how to quote accurately, knowing how to really sit down and say I'm confident in my business, that's great. So to sum it up, branding is important. Looking good does matter, but not before you nail down the part where your business can actually support your life, because I think that stability is sexier than branding. I think that feeling good about my business at the end of the day is more important than the brand new photo shoot. Let me know your thoughts.